Guys, and welcome to today's video and how I made these two wall decorations. So for today's craft I used some of the wooden plant stands from Poundland. These were £1. I got 2 of them because I'm going to be using 6 pieces of wood. I also picked up a pack of the 4 strings, they're from Poundland as well. And I also used the chalk furniture paint, but I used the green and the white. I was going to use gold to start off with, but I changed my mind when I was about to start to spray paint, so I ended up using green and white. I'm using 2 hooks that I got from a charity shop. I paid £1.79 for. Also a stencil that I got off Wish that I paid £1 for, and I'm using the bottom section of the stencil. And 3 packs of the diamond gems. I had to get another pack to fill up the jars that I was using. I picked these 2 jars up from a charity shop for 99p. And then also you'll need some glue. Now I got this strong adhesive, but I tried to use it and it wasn't strong enough, so I ended up using super glue in the end. To be honest, I need to drill a hole in the wood and put the hooks on to make them more secure when I hang them on the wall, but I don't have a drill. I need to borrow one off someone, so I just used super glue for now. So the first thing I did was I pulled off 6 pieces of the wood off the plant stands, and I'll be using 3 pieces for each decoration. So I will be back once I've taken all 6 pieces off. So I've got 6 pieces now, all the same length and the same width, and this is the design or the shape of the wood, how I want it to be. I did think of having it a different way, but I actually preferred it this way. And I'm just measuring 2 inches down from the top of the middle piece of wood, so I know that the 2 side pieces are in the right position and straight. And then I'm just going to use some glue from a hot glue gun and glue down the side of the wood. Now I forgot that the bottom of the wood will be overlapping, and I put glue all the way down, but I just ended up scraping it off with some tweezers in the end. And then I just held it into place until it dried, and then I added the other side onto the middle piece of wood. And then I did exactly the same with the other 3 pieces of wood that I took off the pot stand. So I'll be back when they are both glued and dry. So it's a little bit later on and they're both dry now, and I can get ready to spray paint them. So like I said, originally I was going to do the base colour gold and then the stenciling in white, but I decided once I got into the other room that actually I wanted to do them in green. I didn't think I'd have enough gold to do both of them, and I only had 1 tin and I didn't want to run out, so I decided to do them green and white instead. So I've spray painted, and while that's spray painting I'm going to attach the string around the top of the glasses, and I'm just using a bit of hot glue to secure the start of the string, and then I'm just going to wrap it around the top. And I'm going to do this on both of them, and I will see you in a bit when they're done. So I've gone all the way around the top on both glasses, and now I'm just adding some microlights into the glass, and I'm going to add the gems in as well. And I'm going to do this with both of the glasses. and I couldn't decide if I wanted to put the lights in it or have them without the lights, but in the end I actually liked them with the lights in. I got these lights from Poundland, so they were £1 each for a set, and you get 20 lights on each set. So I did that with both of the glasses, and now I'm going to get ready to spray paint the stencil on the wood. I don't have a stand that I could put while I spray painted, and I needed both hands to do the stenciling. So unfortunately I've not got any footage of me doing the stenciling, but my idea is that I'm going to cover all the wood with the bottom part of the stencil, and I'm just going to mirror it. So I'm going to do it at the top, and then I'm going to turn the stencil 180 degrees and spray again, and then carry on all the way until all the wood's completely filled. And I'm using the white chalk paint. This is £2 a tin from Poundland. I absolutely love this stuff. I've got it in a couple of colours, and I'm going to have to pick some more up if they've got some. So yeah, I'm going to go and spray paint. So after I finish spray painting, this is the result that we got. And to be totally honest, when I looked at the stencil and the detail on it, I thought this isn't going to come out. I can't see this coming out, but I actually really like how it came out in the end, so I'm really chuffed with how it looks. So now I'm just going to measure where I want to put the hooks on the wood. Like I said, I am going to be drilling a hole through this when I get a drill and securing it with the screws that came with the hooks, but for now I'm just going to glue them on so that I can show you what they look like when they're finished. So I'm just measuring the width of the middle piece of wood, and I'm just going to pop a mark where the center of it is, and then I'm just going to measure how far down the line is, and I think it was about 3 inches in the end. I know the top part is 2 inches, and I think it's 3 inches. I didn't want it too close to the top, and I didn't want it in the middle because I knew that I had to get the glass and the flowers in there. So yeah, it's about 3 inches. So this is the glue that I used originally, and it wasn't sticking. I knew it wasn't going to stick, and while I was out shopping I picked up some super glue, and that worked a treat. So I did this before I went out. I had a feeling it wasn't going to work, so I bought some glue while I was out, and then when I came back I re-stuck them on using the super glue. So I just put a decent amount on and then pressed it down, but yeah, it wasn't having any of it. So once that's done and they're dry, and I've done it with actually the super glue, like I said, I decided that I'm going to drill a hole through the back and secure the hook in place. But for now, they'll do. So now I'm going to add the part over the top of the glass so that we can hang them up. And I'm just laying the glass flat to see whereabouts I want it to lie on the wood. And I'm going to use a ruler and measure the distance, and it was 4 inches. So I'm going to times that by 2 to make it 8 inches and add another inch for around the top. So 9 inches is the length that I'm going to do the string to hang it up with. So I'm going to add the string around the top. I'm going to speed this up in a bit, and I'm going to try and explain it as best I can because it was quite hard to do. I'm just going to wrap the string around a couple of times, and then I'm going to secure it at the side with some hot glue, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to measure 9 inches from where I've glued it with the ruler, and then I'm going to stick where the 9 inches is on the other side of the glass to form a handle. And then I'm going to wrap the string around the glass a couple of times, covering where I've just glued over. And then when I've gone around a couple of times, I'm going to measure again another 9 inches of string. I'm going to put some glue at the side of the glass and let it dry. Measure 9 inches again, and I'm just using the other string as a reference, and then gluing into place on the side of the glass. And then I'm just going to finish off by wrapping the string around the top of the glass a couple of more times, again going over where I've just glued. And then I just cut the string and secured with a bit of hot glue, and then that's the handle. And I did exactly the same thing with the other glass. And there we are, it's finished. So yeah, I did exactly the same with the other glass, and that's how we're going to hang up the glasses. And then I'm going to add some white roses in the glass, and I wasn't planning on covering the handle up, but in the end I decided to add some leaves and just a couple of flowers to hide it, and then I could stick the battery pack behind it so you couldn't see it. So I just popped in 4 white roses in each of the glasses. Until I was happy with them. I was trying to hide the stems with the gems, and there we go. And I was just going to leave them like that, like I said, but then in the end I decided to actually hide the handle, and all I did was just glue 2 sets of leaves and a white rose and a little bit of a blossom. And like I said, this is so I can hide the battery pack behind the handle. And I'm just going to use some glue dots, which are self-adhesive dots, and I'm just going to pop a row of them down the side of the battery pack and stick it to the glass. So I've done that with both of the glasses, and I took it in the hall to take the final pictures to show you what it looked like finished. And I decided it needed something around the edge, so I just picked up some of the pearl garland that I've got. I always keep some of this in because it's really handy, and I'm just going to glue it around the whole of the edge of each of the wall decors or decorations. And I'm just going to pop a bit of glue to start it off with and use some tweezers. And I put glue all the way around the edge to make sure that the pearls were nice and stuck down on the wood so that they wouldn't move. And I'm actually glad I decided to do this. They just didn't look right. When I got them in the hall, I was looking at them and I was just thinking, you know what, it needs something else. And I didn't want to go overboard and add more flowers. I was just like, no, it just needs something quite simple just to finish off around the edges. And yeah, the pearl garland worked really well. So, and it stuck to the wood brilliantly with the glue gun. It was so easy to do. I just took a bit of time to do it, and yeah, I'm really happy with the results in the end. But you could use anything that you wanted. You could use ribbon, anything, whatever you've got. So I'm just popping a little bit of glue on the wood and sticking it down into place, and then when I get to the edge, I'm just following the wood round, like so. And then after I've done this on both of them, it's completely finished, and they will be attached to my wall. But I'm not going to do that until I actually drill the hole in the back and screw the hook securely onto the wood. So this is what they look like just sat up on the table. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like them. You could do them in any colour that you want. Yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you've not subscribed, if you want to see more from me, then that'd be great if you did subscribe, if you give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you leave a comment, I'll always reply. And again, always, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your continued support to everybody who's come back and watched my videos. Take care, and I'll see you on Friday for Friday's craft. Bye.